Ko whitireia te maunga, ko raukawa te moana, kinana te awa, ko Ngāti Toa, Ngāti Raukawa, te awa, ngā iwi, hongo weka te marae, te hika mai rare, te pare tūpuna. It's mainly characters that interest me, so the first thought is always about characters, who's going to tell the story. And they might be based on people you know or people you've come across, but they don't remain that person. You build them so that they're somebody different from who you started out with, somebody who suits the story that you want to tell. When I was up north and we were teaching and we had the family, I had the opportunity to join a Pen Women's Club as a country member by joining in their competitions, which they had every month, and a lot of them were for short stories. And that's when I started writing the short stories that eventually became the stories for Waiariki, the first book of short stories. In those days there were different outlets that you could send stories to, the different the Listener, the Tohu, which was the Journal of the Māori Affairs Department. And so they came to the attention of a publisher, and she contacted me and asked me if I had enough for a collection of short stories. So that's how that came about. And that was published in 1975. Something like Baby No Eyes was a real challenge because there were so many things I didn't know about to do with DNA and what was happening to the DNA of Indigenous peoples around the world, and why a hospital would, because it was a real event that happened, why a hospital would first of all lose a baby in their system, a baby that had been stillborn, why they would lose it and not be able to find it and give it back to the grandmother. And then after it had been found, why they needed to do an autopsy and remove its eyes. You know, this was a horror story to me. And when I heard that story, I wanted to somehow give that baby a life, you know, and somehow find out the things that everybody was asking, why did this happen? So that was an enormous challenge. Also, I've done a couple of short stories lately that I've been asked for different anthologies, and I think that I'll probably keep on doing more short stories until I've got enough for a collection. So that's plenty to keep me busy, really, yes.